If you want to go from this to this, then watch this video. Hello everyone. So today I'll be teaching you a simple everyday glam look. Now, when we associated terms like glam with corporate world, then we often feel that it is not something that we want to go ahead with because we feel that you know there are so many reasons. For me, I remember there was a time when I joined a new office, and some of the male colleagues, they started hitting on me only because they thought that I was wearing makeup and that I was trying to get some attention. So why not we give her the attention that she is craving so badly. And so that's a typical male psyche in the corporate world. And trust me, women who work who are part of this world would agree with me, because this is something that that we have to combat, and bravely, with courage and conviction. And part of that courage and conviction and confidence comes from our makeup. So I'm gonna start. So here, this is the derma color. I'm just gonna apply this. My orbital bone, the skin around it is very dark. You can see very prominent dark circles. And in the hustle and bustle of modern world, a lot of us women, we find ourselves with these lack of sleep. Even if we do have the hours, there is no peace of mind, and we are tossing and turning in the bed till the wee hours of the day. And when we finally catch sleep, the alarm just goes off and time for a new hustle, new day of hustle. So definitely you understand where I'm coming from. Yeah. So you have to make sure that if you have intense dark circles, regardless, this is the base color that you apply over the eyes, over which your eyeshadow goes. Now remember that I am only and only teaching you a look today that will go really well for the office glam look. I have always lived a very fearless life, and I have paid the price for it as well. So I have no shame in admitting that sometimes I would glam up and just show up at the office. And at the end of the day, you have to understand one thing, and this is some wisdom coming from a middle-aged woman. You can say that when you're going to work, you're going to have to figure out a way to divert all the negative attention, because at the end of the day, beautiful or not, glamorous or simple, what really counts, and this is where the feminism comes to the fore, what really counts is your work, what you do over the desk, what you do amidst your colleagues, how you command, how you lead. And this makeup is just maybe 5% or 10% that is gonna play, but another harsh reality of this world is that beauty does command a certain power. And if you want to look beautiful, if you want to command that strength of yours in a world as ruthless as the corporate world, then yeah, definitely you have to look your best. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you which color palette I'm choosing. Now this is pretty old. Now this is Huda Beauty. As you can see, these colors have aged with me over the years. So let me show you which color I'm using. There is this grayish brown color that you see here. I'm going to be using this, and I'll tell you how this will turn out. It actually does turn out really well, because when you are doing an everyday look, everyday glam look, you got to make sure that your eyeshadow is not garish. It can't be garish. And because you understand, if you're doing a portfolio look, if you're doing a wedding look or a cocktail look, all of these, you know, different appearances that we create for ourselves to match the vibe, different colors complement them, like shimmers and all. But when you're doing the office look, you want to look very, very beautiful and gorgeous and full of colors, but at the same time, those colors have to be muted. Just because they're muted does not mean they're not colorful or vibrant. For instance, this color. Guys, I gotta tell you that most of the eyeshadow colors that I use, they come from this palette, and it really is good. Another thing that I want to confess is that this is probably the first time I'm doing a full makeup using a phone. Otherwise, I always prefer a mirror. So now we are done with the base color. Now we want to pick up this buffing brush. Can you see this? Yeah. Okay. And I'm gonna do because I do have colors. The best color for outlining this would be cocoa color from this palette, but I ran out of it, so I'm going to create something similar by merging two colors. How I'm going to do that? Okay, yeah, let's use this palette only today. I'm going to add a little bit of this base color, little bit of black, and dab both these one by one, so that we know that one color is not overpowering the other. And just do this. You have to do it like this. Gradually. You have to blend. Another thing, hold it from here. It gives you more control over the brush. On the edges, you can go a little dramatic by adding more black, so that you can make those eyes look even more pointy and voluminous. Similarly here, you see how graded this color is. It's blending so well with the base foundation that I had put in. Now all you have to do is make it more enhanced. I have hooded eyes, I have smaller eyes, so obviously I need to do everything that I can to make them pop out a little. So you see, I think I went a little overboard with this black here. Here you see a little muted version of it, so I'm gonna just do okay, fine. Even if you have gone a little too dark here, I do not recommend going dark on the inside of the eye, because it will then look very garish. So I'm gonna do a little bit of color correction here. Yeah, okay. I've used this brown here. Anyway, now this is done, and then the transition colors. So what I do, can you see this? This is called Man Eater. This is slightly, what do you call it? Fuchsia color. And then you add a henna color. This is called henna color. And you add them both, just like you did with the crease color when you were buffing it. And here, now very carefully deposit the color first on the edge. Yeah, and when it's completely done, you will know. This is something that I do I've done for years now, the same routine, makeup routine, and it has given great results. And one of my closest friends, her name is Samaira Sandhu. Uh, she taught me this thing, so I'm forever indebted. Uh, so you see, this is how the color is coming. Don't overdo it. I never do, so I'll not recommend that. While we're doing this, let me just tell you a little story about this jerk in my office, one of the offices where I worked. He was married. He lied that he was separated. I understand. Men do that. I was dumb enough to, take his lead on that. But once we were having a very honest conversation, I had not started dating him, had not even gone out with him. Every time I tried to convince him to go on a hike, or or to a restaurant, or to check out something which I liked, which I thought he liked too, even playing tennis, he would always say, "Would we go back to your place after that?" That was such a turn off. And once in a weak moment, he did tell me that. You do so much makeup. So I thought that that was for me. And it was such a cringe thing to say. And I didn't react because I didn't want to make enemies at work. He was at a senior position too. I was not reporting to him, but I had to get a lot of work done through him and his team. So I could not make an enemy that way. So this is finished. Now I'm just gonna make these eyes pop out a little bit more, give them more volume, shape rather. For that I'm gonna use a light color, this very blush pink light. Just dab it a little and deposit here. Trust me, you'll thank me. This matte color, when deposited over your eyes, makes them look more big and voluminous. It's an illusion. But yeah, wonderful nonetheless. So now you see, these are the eyes. And I'm gonna finish it up with the kajal. Okay, not an eyeliner, but kajal. I prefer kajal. Always. So here is the kajal. Now I'm going to use my mirror a little bit, but I'm going to make sure that my eyes are, in focus. I prefer cat eyes. A little bit like Angelina Jolie, the way her eyes are in some of the portfolio pictures that you must have seen in the if I can get a picture, I'll just put it on the screen. So start here, go thinner. Once you go in the inside corners of the eye, try and go thinner. And here, I wouldn't go too thin inside because then you're struggling to make your eyes look big. I don't want to do that. Yeah, so you see, I'm going to repeat this. The place where I live is called Munsiari. It's a small hill station in Pithoragarh district of Uttarakhand. And it is a little piece of heaven. People also call it mini Kashmir. And yes, I do agree with them. It is it gives you that beauty, Now, very, very important step, and I'm going to show you the brush. because now we want to contain the eyeliner, the kajal that we have used. And for that, we need to make sure that we have this brush. Do you see? This flat pointed brush. I'm sorry, I'm not very good with the names of these brushes, but I hope that it will help that you see how they look. And again, I'm going to use this mirror. You see? You see how pointed and elaborate this looks? Very beautiful, very pointed, and it also makes your entire eye makeup sharp and defined. You see? Now, I'm going to use my base color. Let me introduce you now to this. This is the color, slightly darker shade, matches my skin tone. But we're going to play with these foundation colors today as much as we can. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to color the under eye. Okay, this is challenging. You see? By doing this, you have made sure that not only your eye does not get contaminated with the harsh sunscreen or the moisturizers that leave your eyes droopy, dry or wet, or watery and irritated, but also at the same time you make sure that you are covering your dark circles, which are really really intense under eye, right under the eyelid. Oh boy. So I have these very elaborated lines. These are no longer fine lines. Comes with age, but I noticed that I have had these since my 20s. So this is how my face is. And someone, I did get treatment also to hide the fine lines, and I don't have crow's feet, but yeah, the fine lines, and none of the treatments worked out, so I figured out, let it be. But yeah, some people say that blepharoplasty is something that can tighten them, and so you can see that after the edges of the eyelids I covered with this brush, I actually went ahead and used a finger to dab and deposit the derma color. This is the color. And now you can see that the dark circles are almost gone. Now those who want to keep it a little bit more natural, you don't have to cover it entirely. Yeah, and I followed the same procedure here. I did rant about how I got these this pigmentation, skin pigmentation, but I forgot to press record. Stupid me. So let's skip that story. I'm just gonna quickly cover the entire face. Yes, it is time consuming, and unlike the liquid foundation where you have the liberty of just spreading it across in one swift moment, this does take time. But if it does take time, then the results are also awesome. I remember using this derma color in several of my vacations to tropical islands where it was really hot. I got tanned almost immediately, but then too this covered everything so well, and the result was awesome pictures. But at the same time, what it did was that I have some pigmentation here also. It's very ugly. Anyway, I remember standing under waterfalls and coming out unscathed, like my makeup was literally the same. Not even a little bit change, you know. And I remember getting compliments for my makeup once I was backpacking in Philippines and Indonesia, and the girls who met me with cold looks in the afternoon when I checked into the hostel had a different tone to sing in front of me in my praises when I got ready in the evening to to go clubbing, you know, nearby. And they're like, oh my God, you look so glamorous. Because obviously, just like you all, they were also thrilled with the idea that someone can transform themselves completely through makeup. And I think I don't blame them. Yeah. But makeup has that power to transform. uh, any color that is left in the fingers, you can use it on the forehead. Mostly foreheads do not are not very uh, trouble areas. We don't get a lot of pigmentation there. With age you start getting some fine lines, but that's another story. So you see, yeah. And the thing is, another thing I want to tell you, must be thinking I'm using so much of product. uh, I've been using this. Oh wow, looks good. I've been using this for more than a year. I think year and a half. In September, this will complete 2 years. And from the looks of it, I can see that this will go on till September of this year. So 2 years, you know. And I use this in conjunction with this to brighten up. And yeah, so anyone who thinks that I'm applying a little too much, just know that when you dab it on the tip of your fingers and then you apply it onto the skin, it's not a lot. And the testimony is that I've been using this color for 2 years. This hasn't it hasn't run out on me, so great. Okay, so yes, this is done. Do you see? Do you like what you see? Now I'm going to use the light color. Again, starting with the eyes, because that is a very, very tender area, delicate area, and you want to be very careful. I'm going to use the mirror again. It is important to brighten up your under eye a little bit. I was not supposed to go beyond that edge of the eyelid, yeah. And the rest, I do like this. Earlier, I would just apply this brightening base color on under eye, on the bridge of the nose, near the cupid's bow, and a little bit here, just like, you know, the highlighter. But now I have noticed that once you give it some time, once you give the makeup some time to settle down, uh, it blends well with the base color, the darker shade. And first, deposit. Put a little pressure. Sometimes I do feel that my foundation, the color on the face and the color on the neck doesn't exactly match. But you know what, I've seen that after a couple of hours, once the makeup has settled because of, I don't know, sweating, and it is absorbed better in the skin, these two colors match up. And also when you have covered this part of your body any which ways, which you do, you know, when we are going to work and, you know, covering ourselves, this does not get as dark as the face, because that is a direct hit. But if you do feel conscious, yeah, go ahead, apply some on the neck also. When it is intense summer and your face is melting, sweating and all of that, then air conditioning is a must. Right now where I am, not even a fan is on because there is no fan. The weather is always pleasant, but I don't know how summers will turn out in Munsiari, but it looks good so far. No need for any fan, and at night I have to use this blanket. The more you dab, the more you pat with your finger or beauty blender, whatever is comfortable to you, the more beautiful the results. Someone is messaging on Instagram. I don't know why. I don't have a big friend circle. I usually talk to my mom twice a day. Sometimes over the weekend, friends call, a couple of them who bother to call, who I bother to call. And that is usually a very joyous time. But so when suddenly I start getting bombarded with these messages when I'm doing something so important like creating this video, pisses me off a little. Anyway, make sure every corner, nook and cranny of your face is covered. Now you see. Yeah, it does look awkward right now, and I totally agree with you because we are not used to this. But I promise that with a little bit of color like the blush, the contouring, and most importantly, this derma color, this fixing powder, I use P4, which goes perfect with my skin color. You can choose lighter or darker shade based on your skin color. Same with the foundation, and you'll get great results. So I'm gonna now applying it with this applicator is also very, very crucial. You have to be careful. You have to start with the eye. Just deposit the color. Sorry, deposit the powder. do not do. This is baking, and baking is important for people who have fine lines or thick lines under their eyes. After this, because it is summers and you can see sweat coming out, it's better to just neutralize it. As quickly as possible. And then dab it a little on the rest of the face. Trust me, we are done, almost done. And if you have any questions about this look, if you want to know more about the products that I've used, you can ask me in the comments. I'd be happy to answer your queries. Boy, I'm so used to this mirror. Boy, I did a good job. Considering that this is the first time I'm using the phone camera to apply makeup. Well, I'm gonna do more of that now. Okay, just you don't have to be generous with the fixia puder. It's a German brand, but yeah, make sure that you know all corners of your face. And I don't do very elaborate baking. I use the same thing to just I'm going to do some things that are optional completely, but I highly recommend. Now, I am a little stingy, and so what I do is the same color, the same brush that I use for the eyes. You remember the last strokes were the light color, and this is how those are the colors you have to use for contouring. I contour the cheeks with the blush, darker and lighter shades mixed with the eyeshadow. I know it's not a very modern approach or very professional approach, but I'm just trying to show you what I do. And as you got a little bit of whiff of what the final look is like in the beginning of this video, then yeah, you might as well. Okay, so I've only gone till here. If you're feeling a little bit more dramatic, you can come all the way till here. You see the actual cheekbone drop, it's here, and these are pigmentation, but I'm gonna cover it all very quickly and I'll show you how. Now you have to use this brush. I think I misplaced my blush somehow, but I'm gonna go with the colors in the palette. You see this pink color will go really well. Oh, weather is turning. And now apply it on top of the blush. You have three colors, three shades of pink. You can use these three in conjunction. And once this is done, you have to apply around the same line that you drew, and you'll see that line blending in with the blush. I've gone a little too dramatic with the blush today, but you can go a little easy, especially for work. You don't want your face to look too pink or any color, you know, other than the base foundation gives the impression that you are trying too hard or you're trying to go too glam. This is soft glam everyday look. I also do one thing. This particular pink that you see here, this one is a very, very good color because it also helps completely hide the under eye dark circles. I do that. This helps. Now, the final touch is the jawline contouring. This has been with me since 2010 and I have not purchased a new one. Samira, if you're watching this video, you'll know what I'm talking about. I'm such a little thief. Those were the days. Okay. If you want this shape, you have to place the color and blend it under it. So it's like, you know, using the jade roller. This part is very tricky, very, very tricky. But I'm telling you, a defined jawline, because I have double chin, and how I hide it. This is how I hide it. You see how heavily I'm using my hand to, apply this, because this is the kind of effort that is needed, to truly contour your face, especially your jawline. Trust me, this works. Okay, now comes the part of this. Don't go too much on it. I use this mascara, any mascara you can use, not to enhance the eyelashes, because too much done up eyelashes also give an impression of you being made up too much, and you don't want to be too dramatic. Falsies, you don't have to. You use this. I use this particularly because I want to make sure that the color that has been deposited on the eyelashes should just go away, so that eyes look more defined and not very murky. Yeah, so just this, nothing else. Not even on the lower eyelash line. Once you close your eyes, obviously that will be deposited there, and any color that you may have had there, which is making your entire look very unkempt, it will just go away. That's it. Now comes the fun part. So anyone who's a fan of lip colors would know that this color is perfect for Indian skin, and it is so difficult to find. I tried the markets in Lajpat Nagar. I also tried online, Amazon, and I ordered this, but this is nowhere close to being a close match. Just a line. Outside the edges. Trust the process. And voila, this is the final look. I'm just gonna quickly comb my hair. And show you how it looks. So this is the final look. Another thing which is very, very important is this. You have to smell great. Without it, even the most glam, beautiful, natural, lovely looks will be incomplete. So yeah, a little dab of your favorite fragrance and you're done. Did you like this look? If you did, if you like this transmission information, then please do leave your comments and let me know how you liked it. Thank you so much.